man, how do you go from heartbreak, something that, you've been trained to be the best in the world at, and now it's over. Now you have a knee surgery or an injury, or it's your dreams taken away from you. And that happens to a lot of us. It'll happen to all of us at some point. And then how do you re-engage? How do you get back up on a horse when the dream is over? Well, for one, I spent a lot of time alone after after I had my heart broken, after I had 7 knee surgeries. I was afraid. I was scared because I knew I was great at a thing, but that thing I couldn't do anymore. And I know a lot of people go through that. They either get laid off or they get a divorce or some kind of heartbreak, some kind of, game changer. And people usually stop right then. They're so heartbroken that they'll just stop. And I wanted to too. I did. I wanted to stop because I just didn't want to run all those miles to be great at something else. I just didn't know if I had the energy to do it. But I spent time alone. I spent time talking to a professional, to a therapist about, the anger that I felt inside and just this desire to express myself physically, but I couldn't do it in a professional sport anymore because I just couldn't do it. And I had to find a platform, a place to put that TNT, that energy. And I found the stage. So the mistake that most people make is they don't take all that TNT to the next occupation, to the next dream. They leave it over here and they let it die. And they don't think there's anything for them ever again. Well, I say all of that mastery that made you great in this field over here will also make you master this field over here. And you'll be just as good. You'll probably be the best in the world over here that you were there, but a different place. You just got to place that energy channel it into the new platform. So my platform went from an NFL field to a stage like this, to a theater like this, right? Totally different worlds, right? But I brought me to the second one. And I found out after years of training that I was just as good at this as I was at football, right? And so now anything I do, whether it's writing or speaking or being a parent or being a husband, anything I do, I bring the same aggression, the same dynamite that I have inside me. I bring it to all those relationships and I bring it to performance. And you must do the same because you can't live the rest of your life heartbroken without doing anything about it. I mean, I'm heartbroken. I miss football. I miss the guys. I miss being able to be one of the most elite athletes on the planet. I miss that so much. And I'll never have it again. But I can take that same TNT and I could put it in the next occupation. And I want you to do the same. Because there was something, there was some heartache, there was some heartbreak where you just said, time out, I quit, I stop, I'm done. And I want you to reignite that into the next occupation. Now, whether that's speaking or expressing, that's what I wish it was, because it's a good way to get it out of you and be healthy and be paid a lot of money to do it. Because if you can do that, if you can express all the TNT that you have inside you, then you're going to be paid a lot of money and you're going to influence a lot of people. So when you talk about impact, my position in football was to make impact on people, to really hit them as hard as I could, to run full speed and hit them, make an impact on them. My job is no different today. My job now is to make impact on people with words and physicality, not necessarily throwing my head into them, but impacting them in a different way, in a leadership way. Think of the thing where you called time out and your heart was broken and you said, you know what, I can't do it anymore. And then channel it into the next thing. That's what really life is all about. And that's what I always tell my kids, and that's what I always tell everybody, is as soon as you have heartbreak, now you've got a lot of ammunition. You got a lot of emotion to draw from, and that's pure power. So draw from that.